California, here we come.
You and your buggy ass friends, what are you gonna fight for?
It's so personal to me, like it is my life. Yeah. And if we ever got to the point where people were like, this last season's really bad, you know, like that would crush me.
I recently finished Reservation Dogs, a series that has stuck with me and had a significant impact. A series that is good medicine, to use a phrase that is apparently often used in Indian country. Good medicine, not unlike walking in a quiet place or swimming. It tells beautiful stories. It tells magical stories. And I'm making this video to commemorate what this series meant for me, and also to reflect on what it meant for others, especially some writers from the New York Times and Variety, as well as the show's creator himself. This series manages to tie together many serious topics, such as committing crimes to survive, drug use, and suicide, and it all feels wholesome. It is the kind of show that I needed in my life, and it is the kind of show that the world needs. Remember, it's good medicine. By the end of this video, we will have pondered enlightenment, generational bonds, history, spirituality, magic, geography, and there might even be some laughs. I don't do many movie or TV reviews or video essays, so the fact that I am doing this should tell you something. In Variety, Allison Herman writes, Reservation Dogs cements its place in TV history with a note-perfect finale. Reservation Dogs is an FX original series about a group of 4 high school friends growing up on an Oklahoma reservation. It is also streaming on Hulu. Seriously, this show made me laugh more and louder than anything else in a long time. And it also made me care more than anything else in a long time, and I binge-watched it faster than anything in years. As someone who makes videos, I have less time to watch other things, and this landed at the top of my list. The show was created by a man named Sterling Harjo. He is a man that I definitely believe in. And I was interested to learn that Sterling Harjo was on YouTube as well as part of a sketch comedy group called the 1491s. And here are a few examples of their work.
How you doing? Here's a gift for you. I've heard about this place. I've been to a lot of white doctors. No one can really tell me, what's going on with me. Basically, I ain't got no singing voice, and I'm really tired all the time.
Well, do you party a lot?
Hell yeah.
Knock it off.
I've been medicine man. Hey,
What's your problem?
I'm sad.
I'm just gaining weight all the time, my sugar's high all the time.
Why are you part white?
I can't find my penis. I haven't seen my feet in a long time. Look at me, I'm fat.
Why are you eating all the time?
Well, yeah.
Well, quit eating.
Dude, I'm having a blast, man. I don't even know why I was tripping. I have no idea. I love Halloween.
I know.
Thank you.
Best.
Thank you so much for bringing me out.
All right, don't freak out. Don't freak out. It's not a big deal.
What? What the?
No. It's not. No. It's not up to you to say.
No.
You don't
real.
have to be. You don't have to be the guy that says things all the. Like you don't have to confront everybody. Somebody else is going to talk to him tonight.
I'm gonna say something right now.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
You ever been? What do you like, Hornbachers or Walmart better? Yeah, Hornbachers. Yeah, Walmart's kind of. But Target's, a good input tool.
What the fuck is this?
Okay.
I'm
Is
so
our
sorry.
people a character?
no.
Okay.
What's up with that headdress?
No, man. I'm so honest to God.
Yeah.
I'm
all right. Yeah, I want to hear this. What's up?
so sorry. I had to pick up my mom from chemo this morning, and I've been volunteering at hospice all day. I'm sorry. I was so busy today, and it was the last thing at the costume shop. I really mean nothing by it. It's just the last thing that was there. Really, thank you for coming up to me and saying something, because I really deserve this. I need to understand. I'm so sorry.
I appreciate taking this stuff off. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. I'm sorry to hear about the hospice stuff.
No, I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good, man. I mean, yeah, it's a good night.
We cool? I'm sorry, really.
Yeah.
I gotta get going anyways. I'm kind of late for a free speech rally that I kind of organized and everything, so I'll just start heading out probably. It was great meeting you.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Be sure to check out their channel, but not until you're done with this video. James Ponywozik nails it when he writes, Reservation Dogs is a coming-of-all-ages masterpiece, and the ending of the FX comedy drama Preserving the Bonds Among Generations is a radical, magical act. Indeed, this series recognizes that the adults were once in high school too, and it shows us.
Because it's these different generations, right? It's like Gary, Wes, Son, and then there's me, Black Horse, Sydney, Tosba. It's like another generation. And then we have the 4 lead actors, who is another generation of people. And so it's like this really beautiful sort of like celebration of what we've all been working towards, but also like passing the torch to each other. It's like we're handing it off to these young people. And it's a beautiful thing for us all to get to show them how we want to do it and what's possible. And so like for me, it's like those young folks, they're going to do the really amazing work as well, like in the future, and so like, but it feels good. It feels like we're all handing it off to them a little bit. It's a beautiful thing.
Before I go further, let me first acknowledge that the title Reservation Dogs is a play on Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs. However, this series is very different, but like Tarantino's films, this series is a masterpiece that defies categorization by casually going from comedy to drama to whatever it wants to be.
All right, y'all. You have a good summer. You take care of yourself, Brownie. Yo, shit ass you. Look. Y'all get released for the summer. Don't be a bunch of shit asses, all right?
What's up, shit ass?
So you really want to become a cop, or you just trying to get out of school for the day, you little shit ass?
Move, I'm your elder.
Enjoy that CD. Shit asses.
I'll call you by your legal name, or I'll call you dummy, or I'll call you dipshit, or shit ass.
Also, some shit ass has been tagging all the bus stops with land back and dicks and boobs.
It's all those shit asses in the village.
Well, looky here. Shit ass is anonymous.
When you speak, you say your name followed by, and I'm a shit ass.
My name is Cheese. My pronouns are he, him, and his. And I'm a shit ass.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
The characters often refer to good medicine and bad medicine. According to the Native American Tea Company, Native Americans believe that in order to have good health, you must first learn to live your life in complete balance with the natural laws set forth by the Creator. Included in these laws are to have respect for nature, to possess a kind heart, and to have high moral standards. These and other beliefs are what Native Americans call good medicine. And I am saying it. Reservation Dogs is good medicine. James Poniewozik goes on to ask us, where do you find enlightenment? In a meditation room? On a mountaintop? The series finale of Reservation Dogs dispenses a great truth of life from a prison vending machine. And I'll stop there. You should witness this lesson for yourself from the show. In fact, the prison vending machine embodied an earlier lesson about the power of offerings to bring people together, and this scene leads to a special moment which, like the other scene, should be experienced in its proper place in the series when it comes. More from the New York Times. In its irreverent cosmology, the sacred is inseparable from the mundane, profundity from comedy, spiritual sustenance from junk food. This hits on a similar observation from Variety. The division between grand statement and small scale is a false choice to begin with. To watch the Reservation Dogs just hang out is to watch them deal with the legacy they've been left. And something I will add, we can also acknowledge the necessity and the practicality of the situation. You work with what you got, or you don't work at all. And the natives were always known for their resourcefulness. In Reservation Dogs, maintaining and restoring the bonds among generations, the young and the old, and even the long dead, is itself a radical act. As opposed to coming-of-age films that put the young characters at odds with older generations. The defining theme of the final season is that these broken generational bonds are more than individual misfortune. They are the legacy of a colonial strategy. This is reflected in the boarding school episode, in which the nuns' voices sound like demonic gibberish. And my Casino Palma video covered the boarding school topic as well, and it was one of the most difficult to confront. If you want to make a people forget who they are, you cut them off from who they were. And from Variety, it's important Reservation Dogs argues to bear witness to your friends, to your elders, to those who came after you. In the face of the inevitable, taking it all in is both the least and the most you can do. And certainly in this age of political division and social isolation, the example of community this show sets feels needed more than ever. However, an article from The New Yorker said that the character development was sacrificed for the big picture. But I would contend that such young people have not had time to develop their own characters. That is an inherent burden of youth. And moreover, this show portrays individuals as inseparable from their community, whether it's a community they are born into or a community of choice. Knowing their community is knowing them. And now the good stuff. My favorite thing about this show was the sense of spirituality and magic. And this show makes it impossible to dismiss the spirits as symbolic, as the same spirit appears to different people in different places. Magic is real as the images on your screen, and this series reminded me of magical realism. According to Masterclass, magical realism paints a realistic view of the world while also adding magical elements, often blurring the lines between fantasy and reality. Technically, it may be a literary style, but it can definitely play out in cinema as well. And an interview with Sterling Harjo confirms the intention to capture a relationship between magic and so-called reality.
I think that there's a level of spirituality that I like to inject into my work. And it really comes from being a kid listening to all of my uncles and aunts tell stories, you know, like, and it's always been that, like, I've always tried to capture the feeling that I had when they would tell me stories, which like always kind of dances on this like magical plane, right? It's always like there's reality, and then they would tell a story where it's just above it. You know, it's not like, it's not mystical or anything, but it's just above it, and there's humor, and there's something else at play. And we're not in control of it all, you know? And I feel like that's the way that they tell those stories. And that's kind of how I want to try to make films and this show, you know, it's like there's reality, and then there's like broad comedy and farce and satire and stuff. But in the middle there's this dance of like reality and magic and spirituality that I try to like, that's what I want, you know, I want to keep it there.
Mm-hmm. This show is great at reminding us that we don't have all the answers, that we don't know everything, and that things are often not as they seem. And this show doesn't define people by their crimes or their drug use or any other activity or characteristic that degrades a person's humanity. This show makes us fall in love with people who have stolen and done other bad things, but they learn better ways forward. One great example of this is an episode featuring a father and daughter hunting together. Personally, I do not like hunting. I feel that it is brutal. But then I thought about it, and I realized that, well, for civilized people, slaughtering certain animals on a massive industrial scale is far more respectable. And I realized that their choice to hunt doesn't make them bad people. Not to mention, hunting is a tradition of virtually all people. Even what may seem like just a throwaway joke in one scene about a board stretcher reminds us that not everything is as it seems. And it's just pretty damn funny. And another scene about Bigfoot assures us that people are stupid.
Humans are stupid. You'll never forget that.
And that Bigfoot is real.
Also, Bigfoot is real.
Says you.
Shit ass.
They may as well be saying magic is real. Over the course of the show, more and more adults show up on screen, and we get to know them more. Some of these adults were played by legendary Native American actors of Hollywood, such as Wes Studi, Gary Farmer, and Graham Greene. And then there is Zahn McClarnon, an actor I recently discovered in another Native American series, Dark Winds, and I was happy to see him here. The New York Times nails it again for a series that ran only 3 short seasons. It is easy to feel that we didn't get to spend enough time with it. But it ended where it needed to end, and it will live on. In Sterling Harjo's own words,
if I kept it going after that, it feels like I'm cheating the audience a bit. And yeah, we would have had some laughs, and we would have had some more great times. But like, this is the show. That is the show. That's the show that I wanted to tell. And it's so personal to me. Like, it is my life. Yeah. And if we ever got to the point where people were like, this last season's really bad, you know, like that would crush me.
Yeah.
It would crush my soul, you know?
When it comes to Native Americans, authenticity is very important to me, and this show was filmed in the real town of Okmulgee, Oklahoma, home of the Muskogee Creek tribal nation. And we get to glimpse the College of the Muskogee Nation, the One Fire Casino, Okmulgee Lake, and more. And so a real community breathes life into a fictional community. And don't be a shit-ass. Subscribe. And Bigfoot is real.
Your point of view. This is a very new feeling for all of us. You know, to be in the space that we are all in. There was always other people telling us how we should see our history. you know, and we never got the chance to ever tell our own side of our own history and our own perspective. The great Taika Waititi said that we are the original storytellers, and it's very true. Not even just North American indigenous people. I mean, all over indigenous world as a whole, we are great storytellers, and almost all of us indigenous around the world have oral storytelling.